Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit him right in the chest. It be looking like magic, better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone, eating up these pig skins like they chicharrones. And you a douche cabron. Mira, mira at the mirror on the wall. I'm the greatest of them all. They gon' put me in the hall. Your name is only written in a bathroom stall. Quit your stalling and make a play. My drive too long, pop the clutch, I don't pump the brakes. I know what it takes to gain the muscle, get rugged. These butterfingers be fumbling, squash the scrimmage and rub it in Robitussin. How I give them concussion, they see in double, they rushing and pass the shovel, the dirt and rubble, I bury them under it. Stay in your huddle and get 10 yards back, never turn your back. I'ma pull your flag, I go full contact, out punch, out kick like a shotgun blast on one out snap. It's a fact that I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, calling audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the...
Guess what? I'm not muted. But guess what, guys? Welcome back to a new episode of Hush My Podcast, where I'm not muted this week. I'm able to say this, which you guys can hear me when I do the introduction. But while I do the introduction, I want to introduce the guys, starting with RVD, the legend.
What is up, everybody?
You're not the machine today?
Man, it's been a crazy week.
It
Podcast Monday, podcast Sunday, got another one Friday, got this one. They probably just think that I love to talk.
Yes, you do. Especially about the Colts, you do. You know, especially about the Colts and LeBron James, the Lakers, and Andrew Reese, and yes, all the above.
What's that word that the young kids say? Trigger. Don't trigger me, Josh. All right.
Don't trigger me.
He said,
"Whoa,
I am."
I didn't know you're getting. I didn't know it was that serious. Jeez.
And while he's talking, the guy that's been gone for a couple of weeks, we desperately needed him to be back on the show for his commentary. Harish.
Yo, what up? It's been a couple of weeks. You know, I decided to go watch cheap baseball and and just chill with the fam. So I appreciate the unexpected time off, but we're back for another episode, and I'm really excited to talk about who has the Colts franchise in their back pocket today.
I thought you said cheat baseball because I thought you was referring to the bats that the Yankees are using, but you said cheap, so I was.
No. Listen, listen. The way the balls came off those torpedo bats sounded cool. So, hey, I'm all for torpedo bats. I am pro torpedo bat. Just an FYI. I'm also anti bad pitching, which is probably what Nelson Cortez should have done that day, is not pitched poorly.
Before we get into the episode, I know you be having PTSD. Anything with Nico,
don't care.
Driving you crazy. From the GM.
Everything Nico does drives me crazy.
No, I'm just saying anybody with a name Nico is
Yes.
just give you PTSD from the quarterback from Tennessee Vols who got kicked from the team after sitting I think one meeting, and they said no, you're out of here. You're not bigger than the program, and now he can't find a team. It's crazy when one of the greatest coach in NFL don't want you at North Carolina, and Tulane don't want you. That's pretty bad.
Life is not going well for Nico's right now. So if your name is Nico, I'm sorry.
I wonder how many parents are naming their children Nico, after the Dallas debacle, and you got Nico Iamaleava. Like,
yeah, I think the only
I'd be very curious for sure.
We should start a poll. Are you naming your kid Nico?
The only one that's really thriving right now is for the Texans. So,
that Nico's not doing well either. Hope he's doing well. Actually. Brutal. Okay. Well, anyway, hey, we're back. We're back.
Yes, guys. See, he been gone so long. These jokes are just flying off, man, because we miss him. We've been desperate needing his commentary, his jokes, even his anger towards his own GM for his pro basketball team. We need all that because it's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen his face, and he's been enjoying baseball.
You can't see it right now, but I'm petting Harish's forehead. So.
Oh man! Well, at least he's put a head.
Don't pet it too hard, bro. I need to keep the hair that I've got. I'm slowly balding. I need to keep what I've got on here.
Don't make me take off my hat.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thin at the top, so I grew my hair out. So hey, I'm not gonna tell anybody else about that.
Yeah, and there's like this one spot on my head where that hair just won't grow, man. It's like I can't even like put chia pet or anything on it. I'd put some chia seeds, still nothing, bro. It's a struggle out here. Being old is a struggle, man.
While we talk about our sponsorship, we can talk about Manscaped for you.
Oh, perfect.
But check us out, guys, on www.fanbattlesports, where you can find our content, past episodes from all the shows, including us. But you only care about us because we're the most important team in the division. The other three teams are just worth it. So check us out. Only indie part. But while you're there, just check out all the episodes, merchandise. They will have great merchandise as well. Check that out. You only can check that out at www.fanbattlesports.com. Which brings to our topic. Before the draft party next week, it is our draft coverage part number 2. Harish wasn't part of the first part, so I'll let him get his part where I can show where. Hang on, let me show his part the way he can go ahead and let you guys know that he who he picked as predictions. There we go. Go ahead and do your 4. Right, your 4.
We're doing the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, do your first 4 rounds, and then we do 3 whenever we do ours.
Okay. Yeah, I think, to me, this first pick is really going to depend on who falls, right? Who falls into our lap. Mm-hmm. And when I did this, it was none other than Tyler Warren. I think this is definite. If we look at one need that this team has right now, I would probably say tight end is probably the number one need, right? You address safety, you address corner in free agency for the first time ever. I don't know if you picked up you finally decided to do your job and you address the secondary, right? I really think that Tyler Warren addresses a need. I know it's a pick that a lot of people don't like. I'm not a big fan of picking a tight end in the first round, but then again, we've talked about this in the past. There's so many guys that you have the flexibility to go get at this pick. And for me, when I was doing the mock, Tyler Warren fell to me, and that's who I picked. Right? If it's Jahdae Barron, if it's Tyler Warren, if it's any of those guys, I'm taking. I'll take whoever's at the top. Right? This is a BPA pick, and for me, it was Tyler Warren. Number 2, Siobhan Ravel Jr. This guy isn't talked about enough. He didn't go to like a higher level school. He didn't go to like a, he wasn't, really. He played, I don't know, like okay level college football. But this guy's got size. He's got speed. And again, a guy that's 6'2", 195. Is super freakishly athletic. This is like one of those picks where you're like, okay, I've got some depth at the corner position, and this is the best guy available. This is probably, a safe pick, right? This just adds more depth to a corner room that you should have built. I think this is a guy that really is going to fit the system really well. And with the additions that we've made in the offseason, he's not going to be expected to do something. We still don't know what Juju Brents is going to be because his inability to stay healthy. This is a guy that I think could come in and try to find some time to get some time on the field. These next 2 picks will address, I think, the weakest part of this team at this moment, and that's linebacker. Demetrius Knight, I love Demetrius Knight. Demetrius Knight is a guy that you're going to need because we don't have any coverage linebackers. Our linebackers tackle a lot. They do really well, but they can stop the run. But we just don't have coverage linebackers. I think Demetrius Knight kind of helps with addressing that weakness there. Do I do 4-2?
Yeah, go ahead. Do the 117.
Yeah. Barrett Carter, kind of the same thing, right? I mean, just a guy who, if I remember correctly, Barrett Carter, just another guy that can defend the pass, right? He's not going to run the greatest 40, but he is a coverage linebacker. That is kind of like his base play style. Was excellent in coverage at Clemson. And I think just addresses a primary need that this team needs at linebacker, and we need coverage linebackers. So I'm gonna lie. I think this just comes down to who do you have when you have those picks, and I already see Josh, crying, being not very happy in the comments. It's like, Josh, it just depends on who you get, right? There's so many guys that we could have had. And when I ran this mock, Tyler Warren was the guy that we had. But I agree. I would rather go defense at 14, but all the guys I wanted on defense weren't available when I ran this mock.
Look, it is tough. It is tough. I know we had, even with Ryan, he got, Colston Loveland at 14. That's it. I think with the due to a trade back, I think you said, Ryan. But I mean, tight end, it's just a bonus weapon that we need on our offense. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live, Austin. Everybody, that's Austin right there. He snuck in like a thief in the night, like how we did Baltimore. How we left Baltimore at nighttime with the Mayflower trucks. That's how Austin came in. Mr. Cookie is entered the stream. Having Tyler Warren is just another guy that we need on offense. The guy is another weapon, touchdown machine. Pass catching, tight end. Great at blocking as well. You need that. Our tight ends right now. We're going to talk about the other guy that was re-signed, but Johnny Woods haven't shown he can be healthy, still play a full season, so you can't rely on him. We don't know what to expect from Will Mallory, even though he's probably, you can say either he wasn't used correctly or just wasn't healthy. Colin Granson went to the Eagles, so who do you have left at your depth position at tight end? And you just keep getting talent. The guys you have there now is not the best. They're not a threat to an offense. They're not a guy you're going to plan for. They big targets, but they're not a guy that scares you. We saw potential from Jelani Woods his first year, and he was like, okay, where's that? What happened? He's been injured the past 2 seasons. But you enter a guy named Tyler Warren or even Colston Loveland. Now you got to play against those guys every down, each week. So I do get it that guys, our fans don't want that pick. But we need that. We need that talent. We need that talent on our team. I'm gonna go with the comments. I saw that one. I'm not sure what that was referring to. Hey guys, what's up, Sean? I saw this comment and it broke my heart. Sarah said, this past week, she lost her father. We want to send our prayers to you and your family.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It is tough. I never lost a parent, so I can't say I understand. I just want to send my condolences to you and your family from the Harsh Mile podcast. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll try to keep comfort and high spirits as you continue life with this thing is this tragic. But just remember that there was always good memories to carry you on. So we're gonna be here for you. She said, I'm ready for the draft. We are too. I'm buying everybody beer. The cheapest beer on the shelf.
Is it Louisiana beer or Kansas beer? Please let me know.
Yeah, I don't know which one. I don't know what that means.
I like your pick, Arish. Yeah, he got a good draft. He got 2 linebackers.
Thanks.
We're expecting this. So getting 2 linebackers definitely good because we lost 2 linebackers. One linebacker, Grant. The other EJ Speed. That's fine. I don't care about him.
That guy sucks too. Yeah.
Tyler Warren at 14 again. I like Grant Stewart for what he did. Grant Stewart was great on special teams.
Yeah. Grant Stewart's good.
When he able to play, he did well. What did I say? By the way, sub guy, what's going on, Josh? I love it. Joshua Warren is a stud. Yeah, he is. I mean, you can't pass that up. It's tough to pass that up. Now, if he trading back, then maybe it's a plan. Maybe, like I said, Colson Levin. I wouldn't be opposed to that either. I'd rather have defense. I mean, it's tough. I don't know if James Pierce there, then it makes it tough. Or if it's Jahad Campbell, it's still tough. But I think those guys gonna be gone.
I think that's what I ran into, and I think Josh asked if I remembered who was there. Thinking back at it, and you guys would be like, "Wait, are you crazy?" Like there was a guy that was around 14 that you guys think I would jump all over, and that's Jahdae Barron. I think he was there, but then when you at 14 when I was drafting, but when you look at it, right, you have to look at what does this team need right now, right, and we don't have any tight ends that are reliable, and we're expecting this jump from AR. If you don't go get him a tight end and a running back that can catch, you're not going to see this jump that you're expecting. If you remember last year, there were so many times where he would dump it off to a tight end and they would drop the ball or they wouldn't be in the right place, right? That can't happen. And I would, and if all those guys aren't there and you have like a Shamar Stewart or a James Pierce, then I think you're in a position where you trade down and you trade down a couple picks, go get some more picks, and then go get like a James Pierce Jr. or Shamar Stewart in the 20s, right? This, I don't know. I actually haven't seen Ryan's, and if you would have drafting Colson Levin at 14 is criminal. I just don't understand this. This is criminal.
There was an asterisk next to that, by the way. The asterisk.
This is what you don't want to happen.
Attention to the show, you would have saw the asterisk.
I'm sorry. I was watching Cheap Baseball. Did you not catch that? Did you not catch that part? I was watching Cheap Baseball.
If
at the field.
Jahad Campbell is not there and Tyler Warren is gone, then you trade back and select Colson Levin.
100%.
James Pierce is not going to be there if you trade back. So that is the big asterisk. But I have an issue, okay? All right. No disrespect, Josh, but from all of the games that I saw, and I didn't miss a single game this year, how many times during a game under pressure was Anthony Richardson looking at his tight ends?
All the time.
I would say all of the time. And so you a lot of Colts fans want to say defense. I get it. Yes, we do need defense. But in order to find out what Anthony Richardson truly is, we have to give him what he needs. And right now, we have all of these tight ends on our team, and they are not elite at anything. Pass blocking, run blocking, catching the ball. Not elite. They're average at everything. Tyler Warren is
argue they're not even average at anything. Like what is it called? What do our tight ends do anything average at this point? Anything?
Mo Cox isn't a bad blocker, but
that dude's terrible. That dude's
he's our best. As bad as it sounds, he's our best blocker, but he's just not a great catch. He don't run great routes. He can't separate either.
Yeah.
He's just big target.
And when he can't separate, he can't catch the ball.
He's just a great blocker.
Like the dude is a basketball player, a converted basketball player who still has a job somehow. I just don't understand how that. Like, what does that guy have against the Colts that he still has a job?
We haven't got to that yet. We haven't got to that part yet.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
we got Will Mallory, who hasn't even scratched the surface. We don't even have a clue what he is. I mean, the Colts fans were begging
problem.
for
We don't
Will
know.
Mallory to play last season. That's how bad it was.
What
Yeah.
about Drew Ogletree then?
Even know
we don't know what he is either.
Yeah,
Like we just don't.
there's so many question marks in that tight end room, and we can't even figure out which way is up at this point.
Yeah.
Hey,
And again,
there he is.
you talk about Mo Alley Cox being a great blocker. His blocking rating was like 40.
I was just saying he went out. He our best. He said hi. See, he said hi.
Braves lover, man. Hey,
He
speaking
gave
of
me
Braves lover, since we're talking about the Braves, man, what's going on down there in Atlanta? Like
Ooh.
10 games into the season. Do you guys like do anything right now? Like, I'm just curious what's going on over there.
As a Braves fan myself, basically since I was very young, I can tell you what's going on. Our ace has been out, so that's one pitcher. Ronald
That
Acuna,
sucks.
our biggest bat, our electric bat, still out.
Also out. Yep.
Jurickson Profar, the guy we signed for the outfield, 80 game suspension.
Ooh,
And-
I remember
and
that.
Is a
then
doper. Nice.
And the offense has
Hey,
just
Teresa.
been poor. That's what it's.
Fireball.
Hey, you
ugly.
sound like fingers
Ooh.
from last year.
You want
Sucks.
fireball? 211s. I got you.
What's a 211? Am I
That's
too old? Am I too young to know what that
steel,
is?
It's a steel reserve. You are too young. Steel reserve beer.
Oh, nice. I'm like a year younger than you.
Me?
Oh wait,
I'll be-
never mind. I'm actually a year younger than you. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'll be 40 in December.
Oh, I'm 30. I'll be 36 in July. I mean, it's not that far away.
Oh,
Yeah.
shut
The
up!
only person young is Austin. He's only like 23.
Austin's like 10
No,
Ah,
I'm 28.
compared
so what you-
to the rest
what-
of us. Austin's like 10.
So what you're saying is I'm the dad of the group. All right,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Guys.
I didn't say anything actually.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
didn't say anything.
You said your age, so that's what matters here.
I know I did too.
So see the fact that you had to call yourself out, that sounds like you're guilty, not me. I was just giving my age.
Dang it.
I can show you my age here in a minute.
Okay.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. When you got tight end deficiencies in that room, you can't say one guy's better than the other one. I mean, I guess Drew Hogan would be better than all of them, but he can't catch either. He's not the fastest. He's probably faster than everybody else on the team for in the tight end room. But I mean, we're pressing our luck. I guess you guys are saying all you guys are making valid points. If you want Arrow to play better, why not give him a tight end where he could be a safety net? I mean, look at Brock Bowers' numbers and who he had as quarterback for the Vegas Raiders. He had great numbers for a guy that had Aiden McConnell and what's the guy's name? Gardner Minshew throwing at him.
He had a couple seventh round
and-
picks as his quarterback.
And you also have to take into account what kind of head coach that you have. He's going to have a lot of play in that room, and so yeah, it's screaming tight end as the first pick, you know. But it's just one of those things, man. You have to give your quarterback the weapons that he needs, and if Tyler Warren is there, it's a slam dunk.
Yeah, slam dunk like LeBron James or Ja
Mo
Morant.
Alley Cox.
Oh no, he can't dunk. He can't even catch.
Don't do that, Austin. don't do that.
Austin, see you coming. You're sneaking into the chat, and now you saying, "Oh my god." I ain't got no choice but to talk about him now. Colts re-signed the greatest tight end in Colts history, Mo Alley Cox. What you guys think? What you guys think about that?
Too much glazing. Too much.
I'm gonna let Harish start with this one because he had a lot to say pre-show. So
He might be triggered.
what's your take on this? He signed for a little $2 million, 1 year deal. Still proving it after 8 years. What you think about that?
I just need to understand, like, what does this guy have on the Colts? Like, what angle does this guy have? Like, did he like? I don't know. Did he do something to the Ursays? Like, is he like buying steak dinners every night? Is he their personal chefs? Like, what is this guy doing that this guy continues to get re-signed after a poor season, after poor season, after poor season? I just don't. I'm at a point to where just release the guy and go get somebody in free agency that he doesn't have to be like a great player, right? But when I look at Mo Alley Cox over the last 5 years, like he really hasn't improved, and it's either because he can't, or he can't stay healthy. Like, I mean, it's insane. Last year, 12 receptions, 150 yards. Like he played in what 16, 15 games. And then you're like, well, so what does he bring to the team? Oh, well, he's a great blocker, but he can't block. That's the problem. And this whole it's a debt piece thing, right? Like I know Blue Nation's saying it's a debt piece. Like that's a problem. If Mo Alley Cox is still good enough to be a debt piece, that's a problem. And when you're a team that doesn't have a lot of depth at a position, like tight end, where basically you have so much unknown, like even giving away $2 million to a guy that's been here for years and years and years out of loyalty is not a good look. And to me, like I compare Mo Alley Cox's tenure with the Colts to Dwight Powell of the Mavericks. That's a guy that's like been with the Mavericks forever. How? I don't know. Right. But he still just continues to be there and maybe every now and then he'll come in. He might not get a lot of snaps. Maybe he gets cut after spring. I just don't understand like why this guy is still here. And like I can only chalk it up to he's got something on the Mavs. That's all I really have. Like I don't really have much to say about this besides he owns stock in the Mavericks somehow, or in the Colts, and that's why he's still here.
But speaking of glazing, I'll let Austin go ahead and add his 2 to 3 cents or even 5 cents on why we kept him.
Hey, listen, I'm not a Mo Alley Cox fan. I thought he was gone. I didn't expect us to re-sign him. When we re-signed him, I was like, "What? Why?" Like, I think everybody was like, "Why? Why are we bringing him back? He hasn't done anything since we signed him to the contract we signed him before." Like, yeah, it's a 1-year cheap deal, but like, still, why? Like he said, we could have signed somebody else and gave them a shot for 1 year for $2 million. Like, we saw what Mo Alley Cox can do, and it's not a lot. So, like I mentioned, his pass blocking, like it's not, or run blocking, is not wonderful, but that's the only reason I could see why we would bring him back.
Now, I did see something today. I think Bleacher Report sent a notification saying that Mark Andrews, tight end for the Ravens, he's uncertain with his future. I wouldn't mind getting him if we didn't have no other options because the guy's still great at what he does. He's just not being utilized anymore. What, Ryan? What?
He's great at getting injured. Like this was probably his healthiest year for probably the last 5 seasons. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know.
A few weeks ago, Dallas Goedert, we were talking about him. That would have been perfect.
Yes, I agree with that.
Mark Andrews,
I would love Dallas Goedert.
He's a veteran. Veteran leadership in that tight end room would be good, but man, that would be a hefty tag to pay. All right.
Well, bring back Jack Doyers. Beg him to come back. I know he shouldn't be 40 yet, is he?
Where's Dallas Clark?
Ooh, he should be our tight end coach.
He's in the draft at number 14.
Ooh, I like how he did that. What about the guy from LSU, the tight end, Mason Taylor? I know a lot of people have been talking about him.
I'd be fine with Mason Taylor. I'm still trying to figure out where Michael Mayer is. Like nobody's talking about Michael Mayer.
I think they still want him. I think for whatever reason they still want him on the Raiders.
That doesn't make any sense. But that's the Raiders franchise for you.
He said you mentioned Andrews. How do you feel about if he brought in the one that can't keep his foot in? feet in bounce? He's like,
That was the first game of the last. Wasn't he like a rookie?
he messed up the first game of the season and the last game of the season. So he messed up both of them, both games. Because last game, I think he would have been either. I think they won the division still, but I think they lost to.
Man,
They lost to the. They lost to the Chiefs.
I said
dropped the
this.
pass.
Yeah, because of the toe.
Yeah, again.
Yeah. I said this like 3 or 4 weeks ago, or like when we started like talking about positions of need. I'd be fine with flipping the entire tight end room. Like you don't see that often. Get rid of everybody. Start over. I don't care, but I could go get all these guys. Go get Dallas Goedert, Michael Mayer, Isaiah Likely, and go draft Tyler Warren. Boom. Give me 4 new tight ends and let's go figure this stuff out. Like, I would be completely okay with that. I'll take all these guys. Just get rid of Mo Alley Cox. Get him out of the freaking locker room. Go figure out like what you have to go pay him to leave you alone. Like, that's what you've got to do. You've got to pay him to leave you alone. Because that guy,
They want
it's
to be
insane
the
that this guy is still here.
They want to be the success story that flips a basketball player into a football player. That's what they
Bro,
want.
if you can't do it after 8 years,
Yeah.
it's a failure.
It's
like-
not happening.
You failed. Yeah.
Anything you want to touch on this before we move to the next topic, Ryan? Or we already said enough?
Well, I believe it was Harish who said something. Why do the Colts keep paying players that aren't being productive, or something like that? Because that's what the Colts do. Okay, when Peyton Manning was playing, there was this guy Brandon Stokely. Okay, he wasn't producing. What did the Colts do? They cut him. The Colts don't have those brass balls anymore. They prefer.
Well, they do.
Jim,
They do, because you saw how fast Deion Jackson got cut 2 years ago after those fumbles against Jacksonville. And we saw how, was it Darrell Baker got his ass out of there? But yeah.
Yeah, but that took the entire season to happen.
that's just two guys that, they weren't even that great, but whatever. I'm just saying, when it comes to the Colts franchise, the reason why Ballard stuck around so long is because of loyalty to Jim Irsay.
Yeah.
I don't know behind the scenes what Mo Alley Cox is doing for Jim Irsay or to Jim Irsay, but all I'm saying is he's given the Colts a reason to keep him around for another season. And this is going to be another instance where he ends up getting cut, traded, and he doesn't produce, because we saw it with when Brandon Stokely, I think he went to the Patriots. And there's multiple players this happened. When they got released from the Colts, they weren't in the league anymore, which tells you a lot about the ownership, about the general manager, that they're holding on to these players for too long. Like, I agree with Harish. Turn that tight end room over. Just start fresh. I don't care if you bring in
Nice, Darryl.
4 free agent tight ends that are trash. Just start over.
All right, Josh. I agree with you guys. I agree with you saying. I mean, there's nothing that Mo Alley Cox brings to the table for the reason for another contract. He could have went and got overpaid somewhere else and be a non-factor on that team. To be a non-factor on this team where we desperately need tight end play is just, it's terrible. It's not, and it's Ballard, because Ballard look how long he kept Kamiko Toure, look how long he kept Paris Campbell, look how long he's keeping Tyquan Lewis, who we thought 2-3 years ago he would have been a great pass rusher for us.
Yeah,
we haven't seen it yet.
Well, hold on a second. Talk about something quick. Tyquan Lewis's problem has never been producing. I think Tyquan Lewis has produced. Tyquan Lewis's problem is he can't stay healthy.
If you can't stay healthy, you can't produce.
Oh,
Shut up, Josh.
I'm just saying. If the same applies to Jelani Woods. If he can't stay healthy, he can't.
But Jelani Woods hasn't shown anything. At least Tyquan Lewis has shown he can play. He just can't stay healthy. Jelani Woods hasn't shown anything, and he can't stay healthy.
I'm just saying.
So, like, all the glazing that we did for as a franchise. Here's the thing, right? This goes back to like lack of accountability from this regime.
Yeah.
Right? We have been trained over the last 10 years to like trust and believe in these guys that have shown nothing. Right? And examples of this are like, oh, look at Jelani Woods. This dude's going to be a monster. Did you see this one catch that he caught with nobody around him and spring, whatever? That guy's going to run the tight end room. And what was the thing all off season last year? We don't need to worry about tight ends because we have Jelani Woods. He's going to be healthy. He showed a lot. Chris Ballard even says these things himself. He's a very good football player. He just has to stay healthy. And we did it with
we like the group we have.
Yeah, we did it with Juju Brents last year. At the end of the day, these guys stick around because there's no accountability in this regime. No accountability. And I don't care that it's $2 million. Yes, it's not a big hit to the salary cap. I get that. That's not the point. The fact that this guy hasn't produced, he would not be on 31 other football teams except for the Indianapolis Colts. And if he was on 31 other football teams, it would be for like the league minimum, which could be $2 million. I don't think it is. I think it's like $500K or $600K.
He'll probably be like a special team player on another team.
He could be, if even that. He's 31 years old. Like, it's not even like he's young anymore. And it just goes back to show that there's still a fundamental accountability problem with this regime because they still do not hold these players accountable. Hey, you can go be mid or to below average for the last 5 to 10 years when you've played, but here's $2 million. Like,
I'll take that for the same production.
I mean, I'd say, yeah. I mean, if I'm like, I'm not turning down $2 million. You know why Mo Alley Cox took the deal? Because he wouldn't sign anywhere else. Nobody else is signing that guy.
That's pretty much what EJ Speed. He couldn't go nowhere else, but he went to somewhat hometown. And
let me go ride out on the bench for the next couple of years, retire from the league, and you know what? I can show up to some practice field at some high school and tell guys that played in the NFL. No big deal. Like they'll move on with their lives and things will be fine and dandy. They're set, right?
Teresa made a point too. Is Jelani Woods and Juju Brent are in the same boat? That's what
and we put them in this on this pedestal. Last year we put Juju Brent. We were hoping and praying. All he needs to do is stay healthy. That's all he needs to do. Like it was like the easiest thing for him to do because he'd done it so many times in the past. Granted, it was only Juju's second year, but that's the problem with this regime. We've been like taught to hope and trust and pray that things fall into place because if they did, hey, if Anthony Richardson stayed healthy, he would have actually had a full season to start and he would have been fine this year. Like that's what we say. You have to keep in mind if this, if that, if this, if that. There is no like these are the things that need to happen. It's always if, and we just live in that mindset. And that's just why this team is not very good.
I agree.
I'm sorry, I had to get that out. That's just
it's needed. It's needed.
I was triggered. I had to get that out.
Those are the words the young people like Austin use.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
That's what those 20-year-olds use, man. Triggered. That's that Gen X or Gen whatever generations before me.
Yeah.
Or after.
Is it Z?
Q, P, I don't even know.
Briefly, if one of y'all want to talk about this, we can and move on to the next topic. We learned a couple weeks ago Brady Smith was struggling with OCD for the reason why he couldn't perform the rest of the season last year. I think he missed the last 3 or 4 games. And we learned that during that time, he was considering unaliving himself due to the struggles of that. When I heard that news, I was, devastated hearing that. Just never know the mental health of anybody. He is a human being, even though he's a professional football player, but he is a human being. You don't want to hear those type of things where he's dealing with things where he wanted to do that because the guy have, a family, he have a wife, And it's a sad time, but hopefully he did say he's okay now and he's ready for football. Who wants to expound on that or talk about this topic before we move on?
We really need to, as men, we really need to get away from this stigma. And I'm going to just talk about mental health as a whole. I was in the military for almost 9 years, and once you get out, you have to deal with all of these. Only one thing to call it is demons, and men in general do not like to go ask for help or to get help or talk to anybody about their feelings. We need to get away from that. As men, we just need to stop being so proud because we can't fix everything, and you can't fix yourself. You need your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance. You need your tight circle around you to be there for you, to support you and what you're going through. And that's what I got to say about that. Anybody that's ever has anything going on, just reach out.
That's why I did what I did because you never know what someone's going through. People may appear to be happy or excited for things, but it could be internally something that could be going on. You just never don't want to feel like everything's okay. It's okay to reach out to your friend, family members, and say, hey, everything's good. Just checking on you, well-being checkup. Hopefully everything is fine. And if you need anything, just let me know. It's okay to do that. I know with men, it's more so pride because we don't want anybody to know what's going on, and we don't vent to people. We just kind of keep everything inside, and it's not good. I'm speaking for myself because I'm typically like that. I'm pretty much just if I'm dealing with things, I deal with it the way I deal with it. I don't reach out to anybody and say, hey, I need to talk to you about something because I feel like it's a sign of weakness, being vulnerable. But I got to get better at that. So I'm glad you're saying that because it does help me get through those tough times to just reach out to one of you guys or somebody else. But having an NFL player speak out like that, it does help because we had a guy over weekend done that to himself because he's dealing with things in the media and things that he did was going through off the field before he get drafted next week. And things happen. I don't want to relive it, but things happen over the weekend to where he committed suicide. The person I'm mentioning is Kyron Lacy from LSU Tiger. He was a prospect. I think most people had him in the first round. I think second round, first or second round. And he committed suicide over the weekend. I think Sunday, which was tragic moment for his family in the football world because a lot of people that know him know that he was a great kid. Who died too early at 24. So just hearing that and then hearing what Brady Smith was going through, which we don't know until after the season. It's always good to just check on your people. But anybody else want to say anything other than what Ron already alluded to?
No, it's tough, man. Like life has always been hard for people, right? And for different reasons, right? But nowadays it's like there's so much that's going on in our world that we forget to stop and think about people as people. And I think it's really important to take a step back, and whether you're a troll or you say that people shouldn't be a part of your team or whatever the case might be, right? It's still important to understand at the end of the day that these people are humans. Like they are part of our society. They are part of our world. And believe it or not, they don't just sit there and breathe football all day. They have lives. They have families. They have all the same stuff that you and I do, but they just have a life that's more on a magnified level, which could actually bring more pressure onto them because it is so much more magnified, right? So listen, shout out to Braden Smith for coming out and all this time, again, we did it as fans. Oh, Braden Smith this, and he can't do that, and he's not doing this, and not even knowing and understanding that he's going through some stuff. And I hope the best for Braden Smith. I hope he comes back well, because we know what he can be as a talent, and that's why we put some of the pressures we do onto him, because we've seen him be very, 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 very good, right? And so, yeah, just take care of yourself, man. And if it ever comes down to football or taking care of yourself, I hope you pick taking care of yourself 100%.
That's why you see Andrew Luck retired. I wasn't mad about that part, because he chose himself over.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and we don't know what he was going through mentally. He spoke on that too, how tough it was. He said he wasn't able to play no more. Once he felt like that, he didn't play no more. As fans want him to, suck it up and go ahead and play, but that's just us being a fan, instead of being a human being like him. So, well said, guys. Anything, Austin? Or you're good with that?
I mean, no, y'all covered it. Mental health is very important. Make sure you're good, make sure your friends, family's good. Life is precious. It's gone like that. So enjoy it. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need help.
Yeah, because after the show, I'm gonna need $100 from every last one of you.
Yeah.
We also
That's not what we meant, but
Hey, you guys say that. It's always good to have humor, guys, in the midst of these things. I'm not making light or fun of those guys, because, like I said, mental health is very important, and you just never just want to overlook it and think everybody's okay. I'm so glad.
This is a good shot by Sarah. Mental health. If there's one thing the Colts do right, it's take care of their players, and all the stuff that they do for mental health awareness. Obviously, Jim Irsay goes through. He's gone through a lot of this stuff, right?
All the time.
And so it's. I'm happy that these guys are under an organization that's going to support them in these times, and I think this is a great organization to be a part of, because of what they do for what they do for mental health.
I got you, Chris. Oh,
somebody's getting $100. I don't know who Chris is, but somebody's getting it.
I'll take it. Moving on to the next topic. I'm not sure if everybody's happy about it or not, but Colts released overpaid kicker Matt Gay, 2 years until his 4-year deal. What you think about that, Austin? I know you'll seem so excited for the release, because we got to pay dead cap, but we also get cap back. What you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, we paid him a good contract, and he couldn't hit over 50 yards. So I mean, I think it was warranted. We got what is Spencer Strader?
Yeah, well, I don't know the guy's name, because we cut him and re-signed him
Yeah,
a million times.
we got him. So hopefully he'll work out. Best of luck to Matt. But I think the release was warranted.
And now we can get that 7th award. On a side note. Go ahead, Ryan.
I've been clamoring for this release for quite some time. If the kick is over 50 yards, I don't have the stats here in front of me, but I know he was not very good with that. And, we got one kicker on the team, Spencer Strader. He's very young. He's shown some glimpses that he can be a solid kicker, but the Colts are going to bring in another guy. But when it comes to Matt Gay, who is the largest contract for a kicker at the time, shocking that it was Chris Ballard that gave it to a kicker. There's the irony there. Yeah. We all saw the writing on the wall, and people on Twitter were so shocked that happened. How are you so shocked that they let him go? Is it because it's Chris Ballard, or is it because Matt Gay sucked ever since we got him, except for maybe one out of the 2 seasons that he was there, he was okay. This past season, yeah, he was 80% on his field goals, but I'm telling you, that kick against the Giants, when he missed it, after that, the writing was on the wall, and I've been clamoring for his release ever since.
Hold up. This comment right here. There's no way this guy that's on this comment kicked a 57. He can miss the
Goggles?
easy. He missed the easy one against the Texans, man. Right, that's what I'm saying. When he was against the Texans, he missed the game we tied with the Texans 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do it.
I was mad about that because it was like a 30-yarder where he missed that.
Looking back on that game could have sent us to the playoffs that year.
Yes, my kids want to give me a hug, guys. So sorry about that. Come on. All right, come on. I ain't say looking. You just want to see. They don't want to see your bonnet.
What up?
Hell yeah.
Is he making cookies? You making me some cookies? You gonna send me some cookies, Josh?
57-yarder. I doubt this guy kicked the 57-yard, but I am sorry, Ryan. 21 and for it's kicking in the 211.
Oh, it's kicking in. All right, it's a party now.
Wait till next week. But go ahead, Ryan. Or if you're done, then we'll give it to Harish.
I'm done. I was just wondering if I could get some cookies. Your son's got a chef hat on, so
I ain't got no milk and cookies. That's my daughter had her bonnet.
Oh, I barely saw a glimpse of it. Oh well, whatever.
Oh no.
Yeah, go ahead, Harish. I know you're excited that we released.
No, it actually makes me mad that it took us this long to get rid of him. Again, there's just a lack of accountability in this organization. Just goes to show that we're having we could have released him last year and got another guy. Before the Colts signed him, he hadn't been at an organization for more than 2 years, right? He was with the Rams for a year. He was with the Bucks for same season. He was actually previously with the Colts for the COVID season, right? And then somehow, when Chris Ballard was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go spend some money in free agency," and the first thing that was announced was a kicker, and they gave him the most amount of money. I was like, "Wait, what?" Yeah,
hey, what
that's
are we doing?
just a lack of accountability, man. It's just a constant theme for this regime is no accountability. Yeah, it's good riddance, man. Like honestly, just talking about like, hey, man, mental health and all that, but geez, this is a long time coming. It's like should have been gone last year. But good luck to him. Like I wish him the best of luck. And I don't know if Spencer Schrader is the guy, but they need to find a guy really quickly because kicking is becoming an important part of this game these days, and kickers are costing games, and so you've got to make sure you've got a good. You don't have to have the best one, right? Not asking for Justin Tucker, but I ask for some consistency.
I don't want anything part of Justin Tucker.
Oh, my bad. I don't want him either.
I'm sorry.
Man, come on, Justin Tucker.
I'm so sorry.
And by the way, to address Sarah's comment about the 57-yarder, yeah, it was a 56-yarder, and he's 7 for 7 on field goals this season. And played.
Hey man, maybe he just needed the UFL. Maybe that's what he needed.
I think he just needed to show Jim Irsay some more loyalty, and he would have stuck around.
Yeah, he was too busy building Legos.
Do not.
Which, by the way, he does have a Lego channel on TikTok, and it's actually pretty awesome.
Do not look up his picture on the UFL.com. I'm just saying.
Goggles? Yeah, he has a pretty cool TikTok channel around Legos.
He's got a stare. That's all I'm saying, man.
Yeah. I won't be doing it.
I'm gonna send you the picture before you go to sleep.
There's nothing else with the newest, the latest move with Matt Gay. There's nothing else we can move on to. Briefly, we had a couple of visits from the NFL prospects. That includes the guys that are going to be scrolling across the screen down there: James Pierce Jr., Quinn Ewers, Tyler Schroeg, Josh Simmons, Quinn Skinner, and Dalton Cooper. Those are the guys that we know of. There are other guys that are on there, but I didn't take the time to look at all those guys and put them on the bottom of the screen because I didn't want to. Because you guys know that they're probably going to be drafted by the Colts anyway. They're just guys that are just checking in with the Colts and just seeing where, if they can be drafted. Our GM typically pass those guys anyway, especially James Pierce, which I would love to have. But we're going to move on to our part 2 of our draft. And we can go ahead and pick up where Ryan left off, if he's okay with that right now. And he left off at 151.
All right. So, Shmuel Mondon. We obviously, I have Schwarzenegger. Hey, I think I said it right this time. Or in the second round. Good, solid coverage linebacker, and he can come off the edge as well. But Mondon, he is a good coverage linebacker as well, and that is basically our crux in our linebacker room. With one half of the podcast boys still being around. So yeah, I have him at 151. Is for me, it's just we need to add some depth when it comes to having some coverage linebackers that can just come in that know how to cover anybody, because last season it was like there was a big wide open sea in the middle of the field in that middle of the zone, and the Colts couldn't do anything because their linebackers didn't know how to cover. So we obviously need to have another linebacker there. And Ollie Gordon. So I'm a Big 12 guy and a Notre Dame guy, as everybody knows. But Ollie Gordon, I've watched tape on him incessantly. And this guy, he had a rough year this previous year just because, I mean, you're playing for Oklahoma State and they are just having I don't even know when they got their first one. When I want to say it was in the middle of the season. Don't quote me on that, but it was real late. Actually, they might have won their first game of the season when it was a Buttercup. I'm not sure. But Ollie Gordon, just imagine you're on that team and you're the bell cow. A lot of people don't want to say it, but I played, and so I understand if your team is getting smashed every single game, you're not going to put forth your best effort. But the previous season, when they were good, you saw the type of talent that he has, and so I think Ollie Gordon would be a perfect fit for the Colts there. And then lastly, I got Dalton Cooper. I watched him a lot too. He's a developmental prospect, obviously, sitting with the final pick. But he has shown flashes of being a good offensive tackle. The last I checked, he really can. He's not very maneuverable, so he can't play offensive guard. He can't play center. Like a couple of Colts players can. But Dalton Cooper, I do think that he could maybe transform into something like that, but that's going to come with coaching and 7th round pick. You don't know what you're going to get, and so we just needed another offensive lineman there.
Yeah, I do agree with that offensive lineman pick because of course losing Fry, just needed another pick, another guy on our line to strengthen our line, because definitely don't want to be a weakness like it was 2 years ago with Matt Ryan, where he kept running backwards for a guy that was old as hell. So having another guy that's strengthened our line, and probably need depth, not depth, probably need more development like it was for Bernie. So I do agree with that. I'll give, Austin really for your picks. There you go. That's me. That's me.
That's you.
I ain't ready for mine. I probably won't even do mine, but I already posted already. There it is. Austin, do your we already talked about Ali, so you can go to Joshua Gray.
Yeah. Ryan covered Ollie good, I think I got him in the 5th instead of the 6th, but I think he could learn under JT, and if we got him, I feel like that would be a solid pick. But moving on to round 6, I got Joshua Gray from Oregon State, inside lineman. He can. They said he can play both guard positions and center. So I mean, getting a guy like that in the 6th round could possibly work out as a depth piece. Um, and then I got a tackle from Wisconsin, Jack Wilson. He had a big frame. He could be a swing tackle. He plays both sides, right or left tackle. Obviously 7th round. You don't really know what you're gonna get, whether they're gonna work out or not, but Chris Ballard loves to take chances on linemen, so I could see it happening.
Yeah, he just as big as Nelson. That's a big guy, Zach Wilson. So great pickups for the last 3 with Ali, Gray, and Jack Wilson. And there you go, Harish. We didn't forget about you. I think we already talked about CJ West, but you can go with Trevor Etienne and RJ.
Yeah, kind of the same. Like CJ West, Ryan and I was thinking same wavelength there, right? Just different rounds, I think. I think I got him a little later. You got him a little earlier. Trevor Etienne, you're gonna need a guy that can catch out of the backfield, and Trevor Etienne can do that. He's also a little bit. He's not as big as JT. He's got a little bit of speed, but he's also he's going to be a guy that's going to have to develop in the NFL. He didn't play a lot for Georgia because he was hurt last year, but when he did play, specifically against Texas, he was very good. And that's a guy bring in the 6th round, and that's a guy that can develop under these tight ends. And I think he would be the 2nd or 3rd best tight end in this room coming in. Right? I'm sorry, running back, not tight end. And then I really like RJ Mikan. You talk about a safety with that a guy that can is a downhill player, and RJ Mikan is that guy. He can play sub linebacker. He can also play down in that linebacker coverage. And again, it's just versatility on the defense is something that Lou Anarumo looks for, and specifically in the secondary and specifically safety. If you go look at when Lou Anarumo's defense was at its best, it's when you can move guys from the safety position and move them to different positions and use them in a lot of different ways. Now he's not going to start obviously he's not going to start, right? We've already addressed that. There's a couple guys there, but this is when depth really makes sense because you've got guys on the team already that are really, really good. So yes, I didn't get an interior offensive lineman or a guard. I still think there's opportunities post draft to go fill those spots. But when you look at some of the guys that were available here, I think it's really, really important to shore up some of the back end of this defense as much as possible in this draft. And I only made 2 offensive play picks. I only drafted 2 guys on the offensive side of the ball because I do think it is important to start to really stack this defense and give Lou Anarumo something to work with.
I also noticed in your last 2 that there were trade ups. I think they were like 191, and you trade up to get Trevor.
Yes, it was a trade up to get Trevor, and then a trade up to get Mikan. Yep. Yeah.
Impressive. I mean, having Trevor, having JT, and also having is it Kate? I can't say his name. Kylie Herbert. Khalil Herbert. Having those 2 guys, that's definitely all those guys can catch out of backfield. We know what Herbert has done across the league, his short time in the league. We are.
I like Khalil Herbert a lot too.
Just having,
but I don't know. You know, again, when you look at the third running back position last year, it was Trey Sermon, and
third.
didn't go
Was Tyler Goodson? I think third. Yeah,
They
it
both
was bad. Yeah,
and it didn't go well, right? Either way. So again, it's just like you play so many offensive plays, and you get hurt so much, and there's skill sets that you need. I think Trevor Etienne. I really want Jaden Blue at this spot, but I couldn't get him. That's a guy I think would fit perfect. Like you're talking about Connery. Jaden Blue, super fast, can catch the ball out of the backfield. Is a home run hitter, kind of like JT, but just isn't as big. Trevor Etienne has some of those capabilities. He's just a little bit. But I would take either of those guys.
Yeah, I like Trevor in his days with Florida, but even transferring to Georgia, still had the same play style. Just that they didn't run a whole lot with Trevor as I thought they would. So, but having him in the Indy uniform, we're going to definitely be a run first team anyway. So, he definitely get those touches. Great pickups, great pickups. Mine's we already talked about Moden, and I like the D line, JG Piquis. I like him. A lot of Ole Miss. We definitely a lot of nastiness on our D line, and that's what Ole Miss brought. Besides the games that they lost, they lost pretty bad. It was LSU. It was another game where they got stumped.
They dropped a couple of games that was just like, what are we doing?
And it's because of the defense. It was because of the defense. So it just
they lost a couple of those games because Jackson Dart is an idiot.
He is too. But defense they got cooked big time by LSU. But I like that as a depth piece. This guy won't ever probably start. But I like him as a depth piece to give the other guys some rest, to get some of those burns, to get a couple of tackles, plug in those holes to like I said, get the other guys to make tackles like our linebackers. He's that type of guy. He's not high on sacks, but he's just like, another guy like Grover Stewart. Grover Stewart have to develop into getting sacks, which I was surprised by that. Because he's just a big guy coming out of the small school, and we thought that he's just a guy that's just plug in there and just clog up those lanes. But he became a threat to rushing the passer, which is something that we probably would need in this new defensive scheme. And just having another running back, Mullins from Michigan. Michigan always have. We all know Michigan always have good running backs, even whether it be the starters, whether it be the 2-guy, the 3-guy. Adding Mullins, just a guy that can catch out of the backfield, super fast. We need that. I may be probably overstepping it, but I like Mullins like a CJ Spiller out of Clemson. That's how I when I saw him on tape, I was like, I like this guy. You guys remember CJ Spiller? I think did he get drafted by the Bills? He just didn't pan out.
Yeah, by the Bills. He just got hurt a lot, but he was good.
Yeah, he was good. Just didn't, wasn't that guy. I don't know how many 1,000-yard seasons, if he did get 1,000-yard seasons with the Bills, but Bills was pretty ass back then anyway. When he came in the league, so pretty bad. But he was good at Clemson, and that's just why I look at Mullins as that type of running back style. He's not gonna be that every down back guy like JT is, or even like Khalil Herbert can be. Even Trevor Etienne, who can be as well, but he will get you those positive yards out of the backfield, which we need our quarterback to dump off. Things don't go well. You can dump it off to the running back and get you positive yards between the 5 and 10 yards, and even potentially take it to the house. So that's why I got Mullins out of Michigan. Great picks, guys. Next week around this time we'll be talking about who the Colts pick at 14. I hope it's not at 9 o'clock, but being that teams takes forever to draft, we could be picking at 9 o'clock, saying Colts pick, Tyler Warren or Jahad Campbell.
Colts trade down.
Colts trade trade down to the number 18 pick, where we gotta wait till 10:30 to announce our pick.
just to pick up a 7th round pick. They traded down.
Don't
Oh,
do
man.
that. I got work on Friday. I can't be doing all that. Man.
Hey, if you got to go, we
I'll be
understand.
awake.
Yeah,
I'll
be
be
awake.
I'll be
Oh,
here. I'll bring it for you because Ryan isn't as dedicated. He would rather go to work the next morning. So I'll be here for you guys.
Right. Yeah.
As the young people would say, the youngsters would say, bruh.
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 I will not say bruh. I hear it enough places.
But yeah, great picks, guys. If you want to look at them, look at those picks, everybody's picks. Here's Harish picks, his 7 picks that he predicted. Here's Ryan's pick that he predicted. Myself and Austin. Keep in mind that these are predictions. We're not saying that these guys are going to be drafted. We're hoping that they're drafted at these positions or these slots. Each of those guys have a unique skill set to provide to the team, whether it's on offense or defense. So we'll have a kicker in here, but if Ballard get an extra 7-round pick from trading down, we might get a kicker in a 7-round pick. Which I'm not going to be doing that mock. I probably need to watch that round. So, you guys have anything else before we get out of here on y'all picks? I know, like I said, I think you don't want to had a trade. You had 2 trade ups, Harish. I don't think all of us just pretty much stayed.
I need to look at that because, like, when I ran the mock, it had me at 189, and I don't remember trading any picks.
I don't know. Let's see.
So that's weird. I don't know if something happened. I need to go back and check.
Okay. Yeah, you did that battle type thing. You traded up to get a running back, and you traded.
I traded up and didn't even know I did it. That's the battle.
You didn't know he was like, hey.
Wait, what? I was just picking players. I didn't know. I didn't do that. But yeah, I'll go back and check. I didn't realize. I don't think I traded up. I think that's what it's giving me. Like I'm actually checking right now where I did the draft, and it has the Colts at 189.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's scripted. We're trading up to 189.
That's what's they're letting us know what's happening in advance.
Yeah.
Oh, man. See,
It's up to us to figure out what we gave up. That's the mystery.
We
Next
gave up
year's 6th.
to get Trey. Ooh.
Wait, what? What happened?
I said we did that to get Trey.
Trey Hendrickson's coming? What? Breaking news.
Yeah.
I wish.
No, yeah. If he did get traded while we on the live episode, we're gonna go another 20 minutes.
That'll be insane. Listen, but you know what's crazy? Like, that's not out of the question of possibilities.
Correct.
Like, I still think that Trey Hendrickson thing is still a real thing.
He's definitely touched by what the new GM said. Not new GM, the GM said. The lady said that pretty much he's not a priority. They had a number they gave him and he didn't accept it. It was like, fuck it. And he didn't agree with that.
Awesome.
So-
Hey, send him on over because I'm still very much interested.
I don't think he deserves a 1st-round pick though. I mean, if they do give a 14, I wouldn't be mad. But
I'd give up like a 3rd-round pick because you have to think we have to pay him.
$30 million. He said, but actually, he said he don't require that to be highest paid. So I don't think it's the 30 million.
That's all leverage to get out of. That's all leverage to get out of.
Okay.
Get out of Cincy, right? That's just him saying, "Hey, I'm going to get out of here." I mean, we don't really know, obviously, but I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting for sure.
Any notes you guys want to say before we get out of here? I know Teresa said, "Great show, guys. Always great. Always get honest opinions from y'all. That's why I tune in. Always good conversations, and somehow we always laugh. You always need humor. You always need that. Always, no matter what's going on in this world, you definitely got to laugh. There's a lot going on around all of us, and we all live in different cities, states, and we deal with our own thing at home. But it's good to come on the show every Tuesday at 8:30 or 9:30 in Eastern time and just have some fun. We're not professionals. We just 4 people that talk about the Colts, whether y'all like it or not, as far as our opinions, because all this is opinion based. But be blessed and have a great week. And P.S. I know you guys for some reason like Chris. I don't know. I look like Grover Stewart. I don't like Chris. Everybody says I look like Grover Stewart. So That's that.
That's facts. That's
uh,
facts.
it's me, not you. It's okay. I don't take anything personal. You could call me anybody. Could call me. I don't care. It don't bother me. I know the two.
All right, Joseph. All righty.
The 211s and the Fireball talking right now. So enjoy that first. If there's nothing else, guys, we're gonna get up out of here, guys. It was a great show. We're gonna welcome back Harish for his enjoying his free cheap tickets to baseball. Watch. Who did you watch?
Welcome, baby. Who else did I watch? The number one team in the country.
Oh, I thought you said baseball. I didn't know you watched. Which went to spring training?
It is baseball. The number one team in the country.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking baseball as in the Rangers and all that.
Who'd you think the number one team in college baseball was? It definitely wasn't Austin Cook and the Tennessee Volunteers. They can't even beat A&M.
Damn. I wouldn't even. I don't even know what
they can't even beat A&M, the worst team in the conference.
I don't even know what to say. You can't take an opportunity to take a dig at Nico since he's on the episode.
I think Austin's had enough torture.
I mean, they're the real UT right now.
And what?
Just in general.
Just in general. Yeah. Don't worry about Texas. We just dominate the SEC and everything. Don't worry about us. We're just over here chilling.
It is great show, guys. Next week you will not see us on Tuesday because we will be going live on Thursday. I think it's 7. It's 7 our time, right? Or 6?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 7 Eastern is when it starts. Yeah.
So
I think 6:45.
So 6 here. 6 here.
Yeah, 6 Central. Yeah. Oh no. 8. The draft starts at 8 Eastern, so 7.
So it'll be 7. I got you. So we'll be going live 7. We'll be going a little earlier than normal, but we'll go at 7. We'll announce all the picks. We don't really care about it. We're just gonna announce it because we're on the show. We're gonna react to it. We get to see Tennessee draft Carter from Penn State, not a quarterback. So you'll see our live.
I still think they trade out of that pick, man. Something tells me they're gonna trade down.
I won't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they do that. Which we're gonna talk about next week with Shedeur dropping all the way down to 32 in the first round.
Steelers. I would love to see Shedeur and Tomlin go at it. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
You know what's funny? Let's just talk about like crazy, right?
Yeah.
What if Shedeur falls to 14? Do you take him?
I did see that. Damn, that's tough too. Because now
I don't think it happens, right? But what if he does fall to 14? Do you take him?
That would be your real competition at quarterback.
And go
that would definitely
without having a tight end.
He would beat him. I think he would beat. I think he would beat Anthony Richardson too.
I just think they should cut. They do that. They should go ahead and cut.
They should just trade Richardson, right?
Oh, I don't care what you do at that point, but
yeah.
But that would definitely give you.
That's your guy.
That's your real competition right there. That's your real competition between two quarterbacks because now it makes AR play a lot better. His job is not safe. It's not safe now, but you don't want to get beat out by Daniel Jones, but getting beat out by Shedeur Sanders is even worse.
You lose out to Daniel Jones. Oh my gosh. That is just the career killer.
I'm not saying it happens, but there are scenarios where I could see Shedeur Sanders falling out of the top 10.
Yes.
And that's just based off of like what's out there and what teams currently have. Like there's not a lot of teams that don't have starting quarterbacks.
Especially if he gets bounced out of the Giants, the Saints position.
If he doesn't go to the Saints, he'll be there at 14.
I think the Saints, being that Derek Carr got hurt, I think that's probably a spot. Even though they got Spencer Rattler, but Spencer Rattler, he garbage.
Oh, that guy's terrible.
So yeah, we all feel the same way. And I mean, just look at the other quarterbacks. The other teams on the list. What other team need a quarterback?
Miami.
Miami. Miami 13. Like he could go to Miami at 13.
Yeah.
And then because Tua is just unreliable.
But I think with him being overpaid right now, it's probably going to be the part where they.
Shedeur's on a rookie contract.
No, I'm talking about Tua being overpaid.
Yeah, he's on a rookie contract. What does Tua have left on this deal? Like 2 years?
Oh, I thought he just got paid. I thought
He just got paid. Yeah.
Oh, he just got extended.
Yeah.
I don't think my
it's gonna
which
be
is
tough.
dumb of them to do anyway. But anyway, just a random thought. I don't know if it happens, but if it's like, man, 14, if he's there, do you just take him and just say screw it?
Being that 9 years under this regime, we don't know what to expect. It could happen.
You really don't know.
You don't know what could happen because I wouldn't be.
We could take a kicker in the first round.
Nah, that'd be the only thing I'd be pissed about. I'd probably just go ahead and end the episode. Like, you know what? Fuck it.
I just leave those
Yeah.
guys.
All right, guys, the show's over. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't watching this episode. No, I'm not going to be streaming this episode anymore. I'm just going to end it.
He's probably stay off social media. Like,
Disable all of our accounts. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this franchise is over. So,
it's been over, but it's over now.
Like, I
It's
can't
been
be
nice.
paid anymore. I get enough flack as it is. You know, we're taking a quick kicker in the first round. I can't withstand this. Nope.
Just imagine Ryan on the burn and they get a comment said, "Hey, you guys drafted a kicker, 14 pick." That's the real burn.
yeah.
That's the
I don't think it's that bad, but yeah.
yeah.
But
There would be a rage there. Yeah.
that guy better be Sebastian Janikowski. Like,
I am not okay, but we're all going to be all right. Huh? What's wrong, Teresa?
Teresa, you all right?
Oh, okay.
I think she was talking about us picking a kicker.
Oh, I'll definitely feel like that. I'm not okay, but I ain't gonna be all right either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be. I'm gonna have a bot count for the rest of my life. I'm just gonna just create a bot count.
Right. I was just saying, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have
I
a
don't know
bot
what I
count
would do if we pick a kicker.
and just be trolling for the rest of my life because you will never see my face again. But yeah, anything else? We wrap this up, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Been a great show. Nice talking to everybody in the chats, comments, all the views. Before we get out, go ahead and let everybody know your ats. And then I'll go ahead and end it out with the website. Go ahead, Austin.
hey, you can find me on Twitter at CookieAustin2.
Yes, go ahead, Ryan.
Gets me every single time. Cookie Austin. Man. You can find me at HCS Ryan Van Dieber or follow Hot Zone Sports. We are on every social media platform there is. There's going to be a new podcast episode dropped tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. We interviewed we got a new baseball tournament for college players. So it's a great episode. And then on Friday we got a live stream going on. So yeah, go follow Hot Zone Sports on YouTube because we got a lot of stuff going.
Yes, sir. What about you, Arish? I know next week you'll be rescheduling, but let them know when you're back on.
Yeah, well, you find me at the Uncle Gandhi, and then of course Thursday nights with my boy Tim Wayne. We've got guest from Texas beat writer from 24/7 coming on the week after the draft. So if we get some Texas guys, then that'd be a great time to tune in to find out more. One of the top guys in the Texas beat writing industry, Eric Henry. We're really excited to have him on. So if we chat some Texas guys, that'd be a great time to tune in because he's got the inside scoop on those guys. So check us out Thursday nights. We've got lots of guests coming up over the next couple of weeks. A lot of cool stuff happening on the 40 acres right now. And yeah, you can find me.
Yes, sir. And that's what I need myself. You can find me at Who Is Y'all Senior on X. And you can find our podcast on all platforms at HS Mob Podcast. HS Mob Podcast. Find us on all social medias from YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. Catch us, follow us, and subscribe to us. It's going to be all for the show. We out of here, guys. See y'all next week on Thursday at 7 Central, 8 Eastern for our draft party. Hopeful for a great draft because we know if when Ballard is good at one thing, he's terrible at the other. He's typically bad at free agency. He's great at draft. He did good at free agency this year. We don't know what we're going to do at draft. So we're hoping for him to put it all together and have a great draft along with great free agency. So tune in next week, 7:30 Central, 8 not 7:30, 7 Eastern. No, 8 Eastern, ain't it? What is it again?
8 Eastern.
8 Eastern next week, where we'll go live and we'll have our reactions on each of the draft picks. Hopefully, we won't have to have a trade down. But if it's a trade up, it's potentially me, the guy that we all been thinking about, which is Tyler Warren. But yeah, tune in next week, guys. We out of here.
On 1 out snap, it's a fact that I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, calling audible.